Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live stream Saturday. A big shout out to Laura over on Patreon for requesting that video to start the live stream tonight, and that was my song called Hero, by the way. You can pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com/music, as well as all my other songs over there. But I hope you guys are doing well in that live chat room. I can see a lot of names going through, so let's get you guys up on screen, and there you are. So hello guys, you got Lynn in there, Neil, Constantia, Jennifer, Lucy, Frank, Chet, Billy, Shawnee, Calamity Jane, Debbie and Jill. Kevin's in the house as well, and Carl and Renee. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight, and let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because these people are the reason that this is happening in the first place and is even possible. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are. Their names go across the bottom of the screen throughout all of the live streams as always. So we have a lot to be getting through on tonight's live stream, as well as looking at a lot of pictures. It's something that Vince messaged me earlier, just gave me a list of all the pictures that we're going to be taking a look at, and hopefully I've uploaded those to my software and it's all going to be fine. It seems like the capture software is working, fingers crossed. So the live chat room was working earlier, which is great. Also the super chat window should be working as well. The only thing about that is, as soon as we start a live stream, YouTube gets rid of all of the donations that have happened before the live stream goes live. But never fear, because I will have those in front of me, and I do have those in front of me on a different screen. I just searched them out while that video was playing, and let's just address those really quickly. But just before we do, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the merchandise that is now available. This is what I've been doing pretty much all week, is organising the new zip-up hoodies, which are now available, and also working on some hats, some caps, and I'll show some pictures of those even though they're not available yet, but just to show you guys the designs of those. But getting into the donations, we had Orlando in the house very early on. Thank you for this, Orlando. It was a $2 donation, and the message was keep spiking those likes. I think maybe it was also, I will have to be part of the catch-up crew, spike the likes with lots of thumbs up, and that was a $5 donation at the beginning of this live stream that disappeared. So thank you for that, Orlando, and Orlando will be catching up with this. So thank you for not only donating but hitting the thumbs up, even though you'll be part of that catch-up crew. And hello if you're watching this in the future. So a massive thank you to Orlando. Marilyn has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. And it's the first of two $5 donations. The first message was, hi Phil and everyone, hope all is okay. I'll be in the catch-up crew. Stay healthy everyone, with a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And then another donation came in from Marilyn for $5, and the message is, when lockdown is over within your town, where's the first place you want to go? With a question mark and a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And probably I'd like to maybe go to the driving range, hit a golf ball, because I have enjoyed playing golf and getting a bit more into golf, even though to begin with, when I injured my finger, that was golf related, putting a golf cart together, but then it recovered, so now I'm fine and I can get back to staying away from the carts, but maybe just hitting a golf ball at a driving range is something that I enjoy doing, and that's probably the first place that I'll go. So I don't really go out too much. Generally, on a day-to-day basis, I'm here, just staying here all the time, doing videos, and then doing live streams and doing research for videos and playing my guitar. So yeah, I don't generally go out too much, so fortunately I haven't been too affected by the whole lockdown, and we are going to be finding out soon here in the UK what's going to be happening moving forward with our lockdown and whether it's going to be eased. I think the numbers are coming down, thankfully, so we might be able to get outside in the near future, fingers crossed. But thank you for those donations, Marilyn. And Deborah has donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Deborah. And I think this is a really small picture, but I zoomed in and I think it said you are amazing. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Michael has donated as well. I need to move down so that I can see what it is. $5. Thank you for that, Michael. The message is, Phil, when you were teaching, did anybody ever hire you to help write a song about their girl? So thank you for that, Michael. And not about a girl. I mean, when you have younger students who might be in their teenage years, sometimes they want to write a song, so you try to point them in the right direction with chord progressions and making something that's relatively melodic, and then just leave the writing and the lyrical content to them, because I think, especially if it's about a girl, it's something that's got to come from them. I'm not going to be able to predict what they want to say in a song. And on the other side of things, in terms of session work and writing songs, it's something I've done in the past, but for dance music, really, that's where, believe it or not, I did a little bit of work, and that was for somebody who wrote for Universal Music and Universal, the record label. So I did a little bit of work on that side of things, but that's for dance music. So yeah, generally I don't do a lot of session work because I just haven't got time at the moment, but also I'm very much focused on my own thing, my own direction, and leave other people to go in their own direction. But I did have a lot of more time back then in order to help out with particular songs and ideas, but now I'm just really busy with everything. And like this week, great example of working on merchandise for such a long time in order to get that all organized, but it is finally organized, which is great. But let me get the super chat window up on screen, and hopefully this will appear, because I think we're now up to date with the messages and donations that got cut off from YouTube. So Mary has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Mary. And the message is, best wishes to you in your new carpeted studio. Where is the other shoe by the door? And both of my shoes are by the door. It's just that one is behind the other one, so it's just hiding behind that one. There you go. A very simple answer to that question. Thank you for that, Mary. And Cara has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is, I thought you might say the first thing you want to do is get a haircut. Laugh out loud. So thank you for that. And talking about hair already, again, the hair's just crazy at the moment. The tough bit with my hair at the moment, you might see my fringe is wanting to curl in, and it's only ever been this long probably when I first started growing my hair in my early 20s when it started to curl around, and you can maybe start to see a little bit of a curl there, and just stopping it from doing that is going to be a nightmare, but we will see what happens. Anyway, I have my hair, the hairdresser that cuts my hair comes to my house, so I don't even have to go outside for that. But of course, we need to be out of lockdown so that she can leave her house and come to my house and cut my hair. And she doesn't just cut my hair, she travels around to lots of people's houses. But the good thing is that she cuts my hair how I want it cut. I think going to a salon, everyone will say, no, you don't want to have your hair cut in the 70s or 80s style, and they'll just cut it really short and try and make me look all fancy and up to date, whereas I don't want to do that. So it's great in that she just cuts my hair the same way each time. Obviously, the next time she cuts it, she's going to have a lot more fringe to work with, but hopefully I can resume and revert back to my previous look. But thank you so much for all of these early donations, and I am going to have to scroll up, but I'm not sure if you can see on your screen, but on my screen, I don't even have the scroll up option. Now, there it is, and it's now appeared. I had to drag out the screen, and hopefully that's not messed it all up too much. I'll have to reorganize that during the video, but David has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, David. The message is, Phil, you're maybe the nicest guy on the internet, but have you ever had to be mean, i.e., have you ever been in a real fight that came to hard blows? So thank you for that, David. And no, I've never been in a fight. So I think I've probably been close, but I'm very good at talking. I think that talking can diffuse. If you're good at talking to people, then you can pretty much diffuse most situations, because violence really is the last resort, and if you're just good at communication, I think that anything can be sorted out. There's always an understanding that you can come to with another person, and it's pretty much only ever been in sporting situations, because I used to play soccer at quite a high level and is very competitive. It means that in soccer matches maybe you'd get into a confrontation, but it's never something that I got heavily involved with. I wasn't a violent player. I just mostly relied on skill and my speed as well, being able to run fast, and that's something that helped in rugby as well, being able to run away from people very quickly. So yeah, it's something that I've never fortunately had to get into, and I haven't been picked on in a fight either. You know, some people are just really unlucky and are randomly picked on, and I think probably it helped being in shape and working out at the gym, and especially at school and college and university, being known as a sportsman and somebody who was in the first team for sports, for soccer, then I think generally you didn't get picked on. So I was all right. I just kept myself to myself and nobody else picked on me, so it was all good. Generally, the people who were those kind of people that would pick on other people had to get on your good side, because if you were good at sport, it meant that they would want you to pass them the ball or help them out in a sporting situation so that they could win, because they have to be part of a team. So it probably worked out well on that side of things. But anyway, thank you for that, David. And Cindy has donated $10. Thank you for this, Cindy. The message is, hello Phil and fellow wingers. Phil, have you heard about the Gary Moore album called How Blue Can You Get, coming out in April with previously unreleased material with a peace sign and a heart? So thank you for that, Cindy. And I have heard things on the grapevine, but I haven't really looked into it. It's not something that I've had time to dive into yet. So I will be doing in the future, of course, because I have been and am a Gary Moore fan. Just his blues playing was a huge influence on me when I was learning to play, and yeah, being into hard rock as well. Some of the hard rock playing that he did, and vocally, he's got one of those voices, and he had one of those voices that did really lean towards that heavier sound, but great for singing the blues and hard rock. So yeah, Run for Cover was one of those that I did listen to quite a lot when I was a lot younger and learning to play the guitar, trying to figure out just some of those solos, but out in the fields as well. Parisian Walkways, another tune that I did a cover of, and the live version of that, which I think I had a bootleg version of that when I was younger, just on tape, but it was such a great live version. I did actually shoehorn in a few of those lines into my Parisian Walkways cover. So yeah, plenty of songs, but I will be checking that out in the future. But thank you for that, Cindy. And Michael has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, can't wait for the new merch. So thank you for that, Michael. And Phil has donated £10. Thank you for that, Phil. The message is, thanks for all you do from an old Paul Weller Jam Small Faces fan. So thank you for that, Phil. And I think Paul Weller and Jam Small Faces are all on the channel from memory. I'm really racking my brains because I think it was quite a while ago. But you can have a search and you'll be able to find it here on the channel somewhere, and those videos here on the channel somewhere. Thank you for that, Phil. And Susan has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Susan. And the message is, great to see you wonderful wingers, patrons, and of course our fun and entertaining Phil. Love being here from the start. Rock! So thank you for that, Susan. And also, Susan is one of those who does sometimes pop in a little bit later on in the live streams and is part of the catch-up crew as well sometimes. So Susan is with us from the very beginning tonight. Let's jump into the merchandise, and also mentioning that we have just passed 164,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, but also the subscribe button, because It really does help the channel to grow in so many different ways, and for these live streams to get out there as well. So a big thank you for hitting the subscribe and the notification bell, all of that cool stuff. 164,000 is just a crazy amount of people, but thank you guys for joining me live on these live streams, but also the live analysis videos. Thank you guys for joining in with those on a Wednesday night, the same time that we go live on the live streams. I keep everything of a live nature at 12 midnight here in the UK, so you can work out your time zones in order to catch the live stuff on Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, as we are live tonight. So if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it'll be much appreciated. And I know that we haven't currently got the likeometer up on screen. It is something that I have to grab from a different place, but let's have a look. We are at 149 likes already tonight, so if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, if you could do, it'll be much appreciated. We do try and get up to our 200 mark as quickly as possible, because our target for tonight is 370, so it is quite a mammoth target tonight, which means that the pick roulette target is going to be set at 375. So those are the targets for the live stream tonight. We'll see how we get on, but let's have an early spike of the likes. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, do that now. That would be fantastic. Hopefully that likeometer will have a little bit of a jump in it. So let's get rid of that. I'll leave on the standard likes target, so you guys have got that as a reference point, but also regular viewers will know that it's just 5 above the normal target in order to get a pick roulette on the next week's live stream. So let's have a look at the new merchandise, and in order to do this, I'm going to get the background up on screen, because you might hopefully be able to see these on screen. And first of all, we do have the Wings of Pegasus zipped hoodie. This is something that I mentioned in the last live stream, but the good thing is now it should be available in the tray underneath the videos on YouTube. I've added it to the mugs and everything else that's on there, t-shirts and just the standard hoodie. So the zip up hoodie is now available, so you can click on it and get your hands on one of those. Mine is on the way, and it might take a little bit of time to get delivered because of COVID and everything going on. I know that certainly in the UK, things are taking a little bit longer to get here. So I'm going to have to wait for a little bit of time to get my zipped up hoodie. You guys over in the USA, if you are over in the USA, you might get yours quicker, because they are distributed, I think, in Europe from Germany, and in the USA they're distributed from the USA, so that might get quicker to you if you are over there. But anyway, there we go. There's the front on picture. I might be able to show the back as well. That's the Wings Pegasus logo on the back, a little bit lower down, so you guys can use the hood and not use the hood but still see the logo. And I also did it in grey, and the back in grey there. And the exclusive for tonight's live stream is the fact that, as I said, I have been working on the hats, and these aren't available yet, but I can show you the designs, because at the moment they're just going through processing. So it means that I can't put them on YouTube yet to be able to click on it and then get taken through to the store. But this is the Wings of Pegasus hat, and that's embroidered on the hat, so it's going to be a top quality item. And you can see there it's in red. We have another design of hat as well. I quite like these ones. I've ordered a sample of it, because whenever there's a new product I can get a sample for myself just to make sure it's all okay. It's going to take a while to get delivered, but that is the first design. We then have the second style of hat, which has got this flat cap type thing going on. And let me get rid of that and try and get my screen sorted. I don't know if you can see this on your screens, my little arrow that's going across it. Maybe not, but anyway, I just wanted to see if you could see my little arrow. But let's get into the other design, which is just pink. So if that takes your fancy, you'll be able to get one of those in the future. Again, this is just a preview. These aren't available yet. They are being made. They are possible to get a sample of, but that's only for me. But hopefully it won't take long to process these, and I'm predicting within the next 1 or 2 days. But as soon as they do become available on the live stream, I will tell you so that you guys can head over there. And we have this second design in pink as well. And last but not least, I do want to show you the red version of it, because in this other design that we have, you can see there is my little arrow, and here we go. On when it's a little bit flatter, the cap, we actually get the red option of the hat. If you want red followed by red, then that is possible for you as well. But there we have it. That's the exclusive for tonight. And on my screen, the red thing that did come up on screen, that is that Adobe thing that's telling me to update Flash Player, and it always does that on the live streams, because I then have to click cancel and inevitably never update it, because it always pops up during a live stream. So I have to get it off the screen, but I'll have to do that at some point. But anyway, let me get this off the screen, the hat, and then also the background so you can see me. But that's the exclusive. Those are going to be the hats. So a little bit of a teaser for when they become available. And I am a cap wearer, so that is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. I've been looking forward to Wings of Pegasus caps for quite a while. I just never really got round to it. And I do now have a store manager or account manager over on Teespring, which really helps as well, and she's called Stephanie, and she helps me sort out the items, and I still have to do the logo and send that over and color it the different colors, and there are a set amount of colors because of the embroidery that goes onto it, so they have a certain color of, I don't know what you'd call it, like stitching or something like that. So yeah, but that is all sorted. So thumbs up, double thumbs up, and zipped up hoodies as well. So before long, I'll be able to have a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, zip up hoodie, and a cap. So it'll be all good. I'll have to do a live stream just totally kitted out in merch. And one of these, if you want to get your hands on these, they should be in the tray underneath this video anyway, and it's a Wings of Pegasus mug. I always say spike the likes when I do that, and whenever Orlando is the first donating in the super chat window, we get the mug out. But there we go. So a little bit of the plug for a lot of merch tonight. Anyway, like I said, a lot to get through tonight. It's almost 11:30, or well, 12:30 already. I'm sure it's 11:30 in some country where people are watching this, maybe in Europe somewhere, but it's definitely 12:30, almost just coming up to midnight. So we are going to be pushing things along. We are at 197 likes. We're looking for 3 more people to get to the 200 mark. We will see how we get on. Maybe we can do that. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. Let's get into the super chat window quickly, and then we will get into tonight's cover video that has been requested over on Patreon, and we will load up Patreon to see what's been going on over there before we get into the requested live stream cover video that we always have. And then we'll have the pictures, that we've got a lot of pictures to look at, and then we are having a pick roulette tonight as well. So again, lots to get through, but let's have a little scroll up, because Michael, thank you for that donation. We addressed that one, and Phil as well, and Susan, and it was Carl who has popped in here with a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Carl. And the message is, the usual, or food delivery, stay safe and healthy all. So thank you for that, Carl. And I did have pizza the other night. When I say the other night, I can't remember when it was. It was Thursday night. I did have quite a small pizza, so it was relatively healthy, not too bad. Actually, I just remembered I ordered extra cheese, so scrap that. It's probably not very healthy at all, but it was very nice because I haven't had a pizza in absolutely ages, and I'm going to have to stop talking about food because earlier my nephews were around for their dinner and it was spaghetti bolognese, but because they go to bed very early, about 8 or half 8, it means that I had a dinner time of a 4 and a 6-year-old. So it means I ate very early, and now from that time at about 6 p.m, it's now 12:30, and it's 6.5 hours. So my stomach's starting to get very hungry. I'm getting some messages of wanting pizza, and I'm just gonna have to resist that because it's too late to eat pizza. But let's stop talking about food, and when I say let's stop talking about it, I then start talking about it. So Carl, thank you so much for that donation, and we are going to be jumping forward into the requested video for tonight, the cover. I am going to make a conscious effort to try and get through the videos and the different segments that we have on these live streams in a more timely manner, because I do have to still do messages and everything that comes in email wise, but also on Patreon after the live streams. So I will be getting into that after this. Generally we finish at about 1:15, so that is the time we've got to hit these targets of 370, and I can see that we are at 210 already. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up and spiking the likes previously when I said. And Chris has just donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Chris. The message is, not much, but this is cause you're such a nice guy and always make me feel good watching your analysis. So thank you for the kind words, Chris, and for that very kind donation. We are going to be loading up Patreon. Let's jump over to there and see what's been going on with the comments. And I do a little post on Patreon about an hour before I go live, just to see what people want to hear. And thank you guys for replying to this. We've had 23 different comments on that, so a lot of responses and a lot of requests. So Laura requested Hero. That was played at the beginning of the live stream, so thank you for that, Laura. And scrolling down, Marilyn then requested Gimme All Your Lovin', but Cindy then agreed with that. As I then started to scroll down, we did have a request for Layer on the Line, and then Deborah requested Layer on the Line, and then as I kept going down, we then had Kay saying Oblivion, so thank you for that. But I think we had a few more Layer on the Lines. Karen said Layer on the Line, Joan said Layer on the Line, and Nalita said Is This Love? Selena said Layer on the Line. So anyway, you start to see the trend. We're going to be taking a look at my version of Layer on the Line, and a classic Triumph track. Rick Emmett with his crazy vocal ability and guitar ability is definitely a difficult one to take on, but we'll jump into this. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and this live stream a thumbs up. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my version of Lay It on the Line by Triumph. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And there are, believe it or not, quite a lot of high notes in that particular song. And yeah, especially when you start factoring in the harmonies. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. And I love that solo as well that Rick plays. It's just so cool in so many different ways. But let's not get into that because we'll be here all night. Let's get the super chat window up on screen again because we've had a little bit of action in there. Thank you guys so much for these very kind donations and also for hitting the thumbs up on this live stream tonight as well. We're at 229, so things are motoring along in that live-like section that we have just over there with its new box. It never used to be in a box, but I made one of those. So just to get everything as choreographed, that's not really the right word, but my brain at least gave me a word that kind of made sense, but getting everything on screen just similar looking, and there is a word that means that, but I can't find it at the moment. Anyway, let's get back into the super chat window. I'm sure you guys can think of the word that I'm looking for in that live chat room, but we have had another donation and we're going to have to scroll up a little bit because there's been some serious action in there, so thank you guys so much for this. And Shawnee has donated $5. Thank you for that, Shawnee Key. And we saw Shawnee Key's picture on the last live stream, so thank you for uploading that as well. And the message is, thanks for designing the zip-up hoodie. I just ordered one, so thank you so much for that. And it'll be interesting to know how long they take to get delivered. So Shawnee Key can be our experimental purchaser to see when they arrive. It might be quick, it might be slow, I don't know. I'll let you guys know as soon as I have mine. In fact, I'll probably be wearing it if I do an analysis video during that evening. I'll probably have it on, and if not, I might be doing a live stream or a live analysis. I'll have it on then as well, so you will definitely notice. But thank you for that donation and for ordering a zip-up hoodie. Susan has donated again $10. Thank you for this, Susan. The message is, just bought a Wings of Pegasus zippered hoodie. Love zippered hoodies. Grab yours and join our Wings of Pegasus Harmony hoodie crew. Thank you for that, Susan. And this is something that I was thinking with the pink Wings of Pegasus caps. It almost has a look about it like the pink ladies in Greece or something. So now we can have some kind of gang where we're wearing Wings of Pegasus zip-up hoodies and caps as well. The guys can wear the red ones and the girls can wear the pink ones and vice versa. I mean, pink is one of those colours that seems to have crossed over to now be cool for guys to wear as well. So nowadays anything is cool. There's no distinction between what's pink and red and blue and every colour for merchandise. Like I showed you the cap, I really like that cap that is all red and it's got the red logo separated by the black. I think that the black separating the red works really well, and at some point I'll probably just buy my own merchandise because I like the look of that red cap. But anyway, as I said, every colour is great. I know that on some of the speciality items, as these are classed as over on Teespring, or Spring I think it's now called, with speciality items only have particular colours, so but I think the pink is really cool and the red's really cool as well. So thank you for purchasing the new merchandise but also the old merchandise. And Susan, thank you for purchasing that. I am a fan of zip-up hoodies, as you can tell, and tonight we've got a little bit of Jurassic Park on the go, in case you're wondering. Any Jurassic Park fan will probably know the t-shirt just from seeing the top of it. So anyway, thank you for that, Susan. And we're just going to scroll down a little bit because we have Jose, who has donated $12. And Jose and Jose, it depends on where you're from, I think, as to how you pronounce it. But thank you so much for that. And I've said before, this is pretty much my taxi driver when I used to go over to Brazil, and I would be lost without Jose just picking me up and doing such a great job of dropping me off at the right places in Brazil. So thank you for this donation, and there's lots of applause there, but it says hi Phil as well. So hello and obrigado as well for that donation. There's a guitar and the Brazilian flag there as well. So thank you so much for that. And I can say hola because that is hello, or I should say, I know that hola is hello, and then ciao is bye, and I have to try and remember my Brazilian Portuguese because, yeah, I'm forgetting a lot of it because I don't use it regularly. But thank you for that donation, obrigado. And Paul has donated $10 as well. Thank you for this. The message is, hello wingers, if you haven't already, check out the new Chick Korea Al Di Miola analysis. I really like this one. Awesome job, Phil. So thank you for that, Paul. And yeah, this was last night's analysis video, was it? I'm trying to remember because everything blends into one, but Friday nights, yeah, I do an analysis video. So it would have just been last night's, and then tonight we've got the live stream, but I'd be doing another video tomorrow night. But if you didn't catch last night's one, that is Chick Korea and Al Di Miola. I know that certainly Al has been requested quite a lot in the recent months, so you can check that out. Just crazy ability across that whole stage. Make sure you check that out in last night's analysis video because that was an interesting one to take a look at, and especially if you are a musician, just appreciating it on the level of ability within the whole band and each individual instrumentalist, but guitarists as well. Check out Al, just amazing player. But anyway, thank you for that, Paul. And Jeannie has donated $5. Thank you for that, Jeannie. And the message is, what was the highest note you hit in Lay It on the Line? Awesome cover. Thank you, Phil, with a heart and rock. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And from memory, it would be, I think, around a G5. So it is a high note, that one. So definitely warm up your voice if you're trying to hit that note, and that's above your male high C. If you've got your male high C, you then go to a D. Obviously, ignoring the sharps here, you'd go C, you'd then go C sharp, you'd go D, you'd go D sharp, you'd go E, you'd go F, you'd go F sharp, then you'd go G. So that is how high above the male tenor high C that you need to get in order to hit a G5. So it's going to be way up there, and the male tenor range is really listed as stopping or being in and around the A4. So yeah, we are quite a way above that when we start talking about, yeah, G5. So that was a high note. I think pretty much that's where I maxed out, and probably where I would max out my range anyway. So it's really pushing it to where I get to. I know that I can make notes that aren't singing notes above that, but I haven't yet figured out, it's a very long process in order to figure out how to get your vocal cords to hit notes and control the airflow. That's what it's all about, controlling airflow. Really difficult. So yeah, that's something that I continue to work on day by day. Just being able to hit notes in a controlled manner and just being able to access them first and then gradually build them up so they then become part of your usable range. But loads of head voice in Lay It on the Line and trying to get that tone as clean as possible. But anyway, yeah, just an ultimately tricky track. Just in the end, full stop, even singing it in any kind of way and attempting to do it is probably a bad idea, but I tried my best. But thank you for that, Jeannie. And Kay has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Kay. And the message is, why is there a single tennis shoe sneaker by the glass door? So thank you for that. And the reason for it is there is another, we call them trainers here, but sneaker behind the sneaker. It's just right next to it, so you can't actually see it from the angle that we're looking at. But the reason for that is that this is a new carpet and I don't want to make it dirty. So the sneakers are off at the door just in case there's any mud or anything on them. So then in here, I then wear a more comfortable shoe that I only use in here. We call them slippers here in the UK. I'm not sure if that's a universal term for other countries as well. But yeah, it means that I'm just using the same shoe in here the whole time, and I don't leave this room with that shoe on, so it's always going to keep the carpet nice and clean. So it's just something about me. I like to keep things very organized, very clean, and with a new carpet, I just want to make sure it stays pristine. And that rhymed as well, which is a bonus. So we will move on, but hopefully, I think that got mentioned earlier in this live stream as well. But thank you for that, Kay, that donation. And Michael has donated $5. Thank you for that, Michael. The message is, didn't know YouTube would wipe your dollars. Good luck to our Texas wingers. They didn't put antifreeze in the generators. No government. So thank you for that, Michael. And this is, again, something that I've heard about Texas being seriously one of those places that has been hit by the extreme weather. We are talking extreme. I heard that over in Texas, their water was freezing in the pipes and, of course, expanding, and they're not designed, the pipes aren't designed to have frozen water in, so people's pipes were damaged, so they couldn't get any water, and then the electricity wasn't working because of the crazy minus temperatures there. So if you are in Texas, hopefully it is improving, that the temperatures are getting closer to normal with just 0 and above freezing, because yeah, it's crazy stuff over there. And I'm sure that if you don't expect those temperatures, they don't think of putting antifreeze in generators and that kind of stuff, because like here in the UK, we don't expect extreme minus temperatures, only maybe to -4, maybe -5. And recently we had a wind chill effect that was -9. So that was pretty hardcore. And even just stepping outside for a few seconds, it was definitely -9 if it just blew in your face and you had any facial skin exposed. Yeah, and it was very cold, but nothing compared to what they're dealing with in Texas. But thank you, Michael, for that donation. And the YouTube thing only wipes the notification of the dollars. I think the dollars still do come through. It's just that I don't get to see them, so I do go to that other screen just to address them at the beginning of the live streams. So thank you, Soto, as well, who has donated $10, and that's a straight up donation as well. So a big thank you to you. So we are approaching, we've just gone past 1:45 here in the morning, and we're at 262 on our likeometer. So if you guys get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. Maybe we can get a little spike of the likes going on now. We will see. But as we move forward, let's get some of you guys up on screen, because it is becoming that time, and I am going to try and get through things quite quickly so that we can do the pick roulette, but then also we can get you guys typing I agree if you want to have your name on the next pick roulette if we get to that target for tonight's live stream. And by the way, we're about 100 likes off at the moment, so we're looking for 100 more people to get involved in the live chat room. We'll see how we get on. By the way, a quick announcement, actually 2 announcements. Let me try and do these while I remember them. There's going to be a Zoom call over on, or at least there's going to be a Zoom call including everybody over on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. So if you are part of that group, that's something that Vince is going to be hosting tonight. I did mention it on Tuesday, but here's another mention of it. So you guys can get involved with that happening after tonight's live stream. And you can access that on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. If you're not part of that group, just click on the join button and you'll be allowed into that group. So all of you guys that want to get involved with that tonight, then head over there. So Vince will be hosting that after tonight's live stream. That was the first announcement. The second announcement was to mention that with the pick roulette wheel and typing I agree, make sure you only type it once and you tag Carla in your comment. So type at Carla Murray, and you can see her name go through the live chat room, because Carla's name is one of those that is in blue because she's a moderator and she has a wrench next to her name. You'll also see Laurie and Neil in there as well. They have wrenches next to their names because they are moderators. Thank you guys for doing such a great job in the live chat room. In fact, as I'm talking, we might be able to see Carla's name go through the screen. So what you want to do is type at And then Carla Murray, you can see her name go through with Neil just in the live chat room as I'm speaking. So it's very good timing. So type at, and then that means tagging. That's what that means. Put at Carla Murray, and then she'll get a little bit more of a notification that there has been a message that's been typed, including her name. Type I agree in capital letters, put a big thumbs up, and just do it once. Otherwise, if you start doing lots of names, it means that people get missed out, and it's a lot more difficult to keep tabs on the names because Carla might put one name down twice and might miss a name, and then somebody else might have 4 or 5 names. Carla said that I think, unfortunately, some people have been doing it 8 times and 10 times, so it just gets really confusing. We want to make sure that everybody gets their name on the wheel, and if you do start to put your name multiple times, then unfortunately it might get taken off the wheel, because it is in the guidelines to just do it once, because that means it's just fair for everybody, and that's the way that everybody can get their names on the wheel. So those are the announcements for tonight. The general public or general chat room announcements for tonight. Let's get you guys up on screen and stop looking at me, just to make it more interesting for me as well to be looking at you guys rather than seeing my face the whole time. But let's have a look at what we've got lined up tonight on the software. Hopefully this is going to work. So first of all, we're going to be taking a look at Suzanne, who is showing off her Wings of Pegasus pick, but then also the necklace. She's got a Wings of Pegasus necklace on with the pick, so thank you so much for getting your hands on one of those, Suzanne. And also, congratulations on the Wings of Pegasus signed pick, I do believe we have there, and the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. Thank you for purchasing that one as well. I almost didn't spot that. But we are going to be moving into Karen's picture, or should I say, this is really Chipper taking the limelight and just checking out a live stream by the look of it. And it might just be the Wings of Pegasus video of, or the acoustic version of Paris North. So thank you, Chipper, for uploading that, and of course Karen for helping out Chipper getting that onto the internet. We do have as well Deborah's Tins, plural, and we have, look at the amount of pics on show here. So thank you so much for getting your hands on these. And it looks like, I think we just have 2 pick tins there with the lids off, because it might look like 4 pick tins, but I don't think it is 4 pick tins. Otherwise, I mean, if it were, then it might be a case of just hoarding as many pick tins as possible for Deborah. But thank you for uploading those, Deborah. And last but not least, we have, I think this is Marge, who has her collection, and it is Marge from memory, because we have a couple of pictures from Marge. This is just including lots of pics. Thank you for this. The mugs, the album, the signed album, and a Wings of Pegasus pick tin as well. Thank you so much for that, Marge. And here we have a slightly more zoomed out version of that video, of that picture. It's not a video, but it would be great to have a video of all of these guitars that we have going on, and a banjo, of course, and we've got a ukulele there, and we've got a fiddle or a violin, depending on your preference for style of music. But thank you so much for uploading this. And again, this is Marge's second picture, so you can see all of the mugs that are on the keyboard to begin with. But thank you, by the way, Vince, for uploading your pictures, which I think at the moment the software has uploaded this particular picture as Vince's picture. So what I'm going to try and do is get Vince on screen, because Vince went to a lot of trouble in order to get his pictures on the live stream. And when I mean he went to a lot of trouble, he was posing in the snow because of the temperatures that are going on at the moment. What I'm going to try and do is, this is all on the fly now, so we are shooting from the hip. I'm going to attempt to grab the picture of Vince by using the screen grab I used for the merchandise that I showed you guys earlier. So now this is really pushing the boundaries, but there we have it. That is Vince, and we can just see next to the snowman, or I should say really snow woman, and I think it says maybe beach please or something like that on the sign. It's too small for me to make out because I've had to access it in this roundabout way just to get it on screen, but I have missed out Vince's picture before on the live stream, so I want to make sure that we get to take a look at this one. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to find the other picture. I am searching for it. Let's have a look. I'm going to have to scroll up, and maybe it's this one. And there it is. We lucked out. I clicked on the correct file name, and as you can see, it's 19100 whatever that is, JPEG. So we got away with that, and I lucked out. Here we have Vince in the full shot, and it does look like it says beach please on the sign. So thank you, Vince, for uploading those pictures. We did get there in the end, and Vince is going to be hosting that Zoom chat after this. So we got there in the end, but thank you, Vince, but also thank you everybody for uploading your pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. We did get there in the end. So it's almost 1 a.m. here in the UK, so that means that we don't have long left of the live stream. If you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, we are racing towards our target literally against time. That's what we're racing against, because we're trying to get to 370. We are at 297, so almost at that 300 mark. Just 3 more people required to hit that thumbs up. Let's see how we get on. As we get into the pick roulette wheel, we're going to be spinning this, and let's jump straight into it. So good luck, everybody. Maybe it's your lucky night. Hopefully this is all going to work, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock. So here we have it. The roulette wheel is up on screen, and we have all of our names in there. And thank you again, Carla, for sorting all of this out, getting those names on there, and working your way through all of the names, even when they're put on there multiple times. But hopefully you guys will be able to just type it once, because that will really help out Carla. So I can just see going through actually in the live chat room that Renee said that I missed her picture, and I'm not sure where that picture got to. So I've got so many. This is the problem. There are so many pictures tonight, especially with the merchandise, that trying to keep a track on everything in one live stream is difficult. But what I'll do is I'm going to try and search it out and use what I used before. And I believe from memory it was some mugs and some flowers. But anyway, I will be searching for that after we do this pick roulette spin, and it will be up on screen after. So hold out for that, Renee. Never fear, I will address that after this. So let's do what we normally do on the pick roulette wheel, which is shuffle the names 5 times. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we have it. Good luck, everybody. I hope it's your lucky night. Let's give the wheel a spin and see who's gonna win. So here we go. Maybe what I should do is pick somebody's name before I spin it, and then see if I can pick a winner, because the odds of that are obviously very slim, but it's worth a try. Let me see if I can pick somebody out here. And I'm going to say Carla, just because she's gone through there and moderating. I don't think it's going to get as far as Carla. Unfortunately, it's really slowing down. And, oh, it could be Amy. It could be Vince. I think, what are the chances of Vince not only being featured as Mr. Snowman, but also hosting the Zoom call after this live stream? And Vince has already won a pick, and he has now won again. So congratulations to Vince. He is now officially, well, one of the luckiest people in the live streams, and he's the most featured person on a live stream probably ever, because he's had his picture on not only once but twice, and has now won another pick. And I think that is the second pick, so it means that Vince has now maxed out his pick winnings. I think we did say that the maximum amount of times you can win is twice, and either Vince might want to hold on to that second pick, or he could donate it to another random person. That's just an idea that I'm throwing out there. And we know that Vince is hopefully going to be in the live chat room, but he should be in there. So we've already got Vince's address anyway, so it's absolutely fine for Carla to sort that out. But I'm just throwing it out there, whether Vince wants to hold on to his own pick or donate it to somebody else. Maybe give it away to somebody who tunes in to that live Zoom chat call going on later tonight. Just throwing it out there. And maybe Vince can clarify in that live chat room whether he will keep that on there, or maybe pick somebody from that Zoom chat room tonight. And if you do want to get your hands on a pick, if Vince does say he's doing that, then joining in with that Zoom call is going to be something that you're potentially going to win something in as well. So as I said, it's just an idea. But congratulations, Vince, and commiserations, everybody else. There's got to be a lot of people on there who haven't even won their first pick yet, but I assure you it's totally random. Vince has just been very lucky tonight. So thank you, everybody, for getting a name on there. And like I said, if you can, just type your name once and tag Carla with that. Type @CarlaMurray, and then it will be a lot easier to keep tabs on the names. But let me also get into showing this picture. Actually, let's get into the super chat window first, because we have a few names and a few donations in there. So thank you guys for this. We're going to have to scroll up. So let's have a look at what's going on here. And Wild Bill has donated $5. Thank you for that, Bill. And that's a straight up donation. Sue has donated $20. Thank you for this, Sue. And the message is 20, which I think is the donation amount as well. So thank you for that, Sue. And Lauren has donated $10. Thank you for this, Lauren. The message is, what's up, Phil? I'm looking into taking music theory classes. Have you ever taken music theory classes? Also, I really dig the new zip hoodies and hats. My problem is picking a colour. So thank you for that, Lauren, and I'm sure you can get a colour that you like. If not, then maybe like me, you can get a couple of colours if you can't decide. But I have never taken music theory classes. I've only ever really just researched and read printed books about it. So yeah, I've never literally sat down in the class and been taught it. But I think that just finding out what you're interested in, and there's so much on the internet that you can look in and get into, and it's also finding people that explain it in an understandable way, because sometimes you might have a teacher who just doesn't really focus on the things you want to know for what you are currently studying, or the things that are relevant to what you're doing at that point musically. They might be explaining something that you don't actually want to know or need to know, depending on where you are. And something that I pretty much find or found very useful is the circle of fifths. If you want to look into that, if you're trying to work out keys and shifting keys, it's something that's great to know as well as the amount of sharps and flats in your keys, because it will go round like a clock. And having C at 12 o'clock, and then as you progress, then you've got G, and because it's at 1 o'clock, it means you've got one sharp in the key of G. Anyway, etc, etc. I think it's one of those things that is handy and relatively easy to remember if you remember that clock face. So yeah, the circle of fifths is good, and it will cover a lot of bases with your theory and reading music as well, and your key signatures. But anyway, thank you. I haven't learnt it in a theory class. It's just stuff that I have done over the years, looking on the internet and various books. But I mean, to begin with, it would have been books, but more recently, definitely just on the internet, checking things out. So yeah. Now with Google, you can literally type in anything you want, you'll get an answer straight away, and it's very specific. So it's great to look into it to try and find something that clicks with you, that you then understand. But anyway, Thank you for this, Lauren. And Mona has donated $100. Thank you so much for that very kind donation, Mona. And the message is, many thanks, Phil. I've learned so much from your analysis videos. So thank you for the kind words, and it's no problem. I'm glad that you can get something out of the videos. That's why I do them, just hoping that people will maybe pick up something that they missed before in a particular performance, or maybe learn something new about an artist or a band, or even learn about a band or an artist and heard some of their music, considering that they might not have ever heard of that band previously, because that's great as well when you start to get people that say, I've never heard of this artist and I've just bought their album, for example. It's great to get that kind of thing going on in the comments section. But thank you so much for that, Mona. And Renee has donated $5. Thank you for that, Renee. The message is, hi Phil, thanks for noticing my missing picture. Yes, it was mugs and flowers and a picked in smiley face. Thank you with a smiley face. So let me get that up on screen. So we have the background, I think, is relatively organized. And again, I'm just dealing with a lot of different things on the screen here at once in order to try and get this picture. So there we have it. There is Renee's picture of the mugs, the pick tin as well, the picks and the flowers. So thank you, Renee, for uploading that one, and apologies for missing that one out. But there we have it. Well, I'm hoping, I was going to say, fortunately, we managed to get there in the end, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we've managed to get through all of the pictures as have been uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. So thank you, Renee, for uploading that. And we are jumping back into the Super Chat window as well, because let's have a look at the likes. We're at 327. We are picking up some people in the live chat room. So thank you everyone who is now attending, hitting that thumbs up button. If we can get another spike of the likes, that'd be great, because I think we've had a few more people that just come in. We might be able to get a little bit closer to 370. We are maybe 7-8 minutes away from the end of the live stream. We have to be a little bit more strict with our ending of these live streams at about 1:15. We do occasionally go over, but last time the 1:30, if I end then, it starts to dig into the other messages that I have on Patreon and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, emails as well. So I need to get through those just to get up to date with the day's messages. But we will be going on till about 1:15, maybe 20 past, depending on whether we're winning this race or not, to 370. We are at 337 now. Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to grow more than you can understand and believe, and it helps the live streams to get out there, but also the analysis video. So thank you guys for doing it in the past, but also doing it tonight as well, and subscribing. 164,000 subscribers, which is insane, but just amazing. Let's get back into the super chat window, because we've had another donation, and this is from Kevin. Thank you for this, Kevin. It's a $2 donation, and the message is thoughts and prayers for Prince Philip. So thank you for that. The latest I heard was that they were just taking precautions, keeping him in hospital, making sure that he got any treatment that was needed and was under moderation. Under moderation? I guess being moderated in terms of just keeping an eye on him. That's what I'm saying, is that's what they're doing in the hospital. But thank you for that, Kevin. Ken has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Ken. The message is, keep on scratching, brother, with a guitar, rock, and another guitar. So thank you for that, Ken. DM has donated $1.99. Thank you for that. The message is, we need a second Brit invasion led by our fave Phil. So thank you for that, DM. And maybe one day, who knows, hopefully things will improve to the point where I can actually go to the USA at some point and maybe have a gig organized. I don't know, maybe bring some other bands. That would be, obviously it'd take a hell of a lot of organizing, but that would be cool, just to bring over a few bands from the UK, maybe hook up with a few bands that are in the UK, and yeah, that would be interesting to do as well. But you never know what's possible in the future. We will see, and never say never. That is what I say. in true Goonie fashion if you've seen the 80s movie. But thank you for that, DM. Bill has donated $5. Again, thank you for that, Bill. And Mimi has donated $10. Thank you for that, Mimi. And those last 2 donations were just straight up donations, so thank you for that. We are going to be jumping into one more video, and for this we're going to be going over to Patreon to see what has been requested over there, because these last videos I pretty much just shoot from the hip and have a look at what has been requested for the original songs and then just try and find it in the software. So it is a bit risky because sometimes it's very difficult to find them. But let's have a little scroll down, and we've got one for Paris Nord from Marilyn, and I'm going to scroll a bit down to see what's been going on. And we have Unwanted Stranger in there, Paris Nord again. But I think maybe we had Paris Nord on the last live stream. Let's scroll down. We have Amelia. We haven't played Amelia in a while, actually. And that'll be the acoustic version of it. That's metal as well. Another one for Amelia. So it looks like we might be just leaning towards Amelia, and it's going to be the acoustic version of it. So, oh, there's one for Greed in there. Unwanted Stranger again. Okay, we're going to go for the acoustic version of Amelia, so thank you guys for requesting this over on Patreon. And let me just give a shout out to the people who did request Amelia, and now I'm going to have to try and find those comments again. And it was Deborah and Cindy, thank you for that. And I'm sure there were a few more there as well, but thank you everyone. There's just so many comments on there, it's difficult to keep a track of them, but thank you guys for requesting Amelia. We'll have a little listen to the acoustic version of it, and again I'm going to explain at the beginning of the video, as I always do, about recording myself and then recording myself again. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! Alright, Phil here, Wings of Pegasus, and I had a little bit of spare time, so I thought I'd whip down an acoustic version of a track called Amelia, which will be on the album once it comes out. Now I've decided to sit on the squeakiest chair ever. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. Now the idea that I've got in my head is to play along like a version now, and then play along to that version afterwards, and then hopefully sort of sync it up somehow. But it should work. In my head I think it's going to be fine. So let's see.
Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand that you and I is lost forever. Under all this emptiness, each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you leave me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. They say the time is a healer. I don't believe what they say. I'm broken anyway. Ever since we parted, all this pain has started. It's never ending. Under all this emptiness, each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough, ooh no. Only this time I woke and broken free. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, 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 Amelia. Cheers.
And there we have it. That was my acoustic version of Amelia. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And you can pick that up, at least the album version of it, over on wingsofpegasus.com/music. And the album version, I'm going to have to at some point, I've got so many things that I think, I'm going to have to do that at some point, but then I just never have the time to do it. But to make a lyric video for Amelia and get the album version so that that can be played on the live streams as well. But this week has been merchandise and getting it all organised. But anyway, something that I did mention in the chat room, even though I typed out while I was in the chat room, I typed out cat room because I was typing too fast. And something that I did during that video, you might have noticed it, and this is a little bit of exclusive behind the scenes. I grabbed this and moved it over to the other side of the screen so that you can see what was going on. And this is maybe something that you don't realize that I'm doing, is getting everything on screen, and look, even making that appear from behind. So all of these things, I'm clicking different buttons because they're separate. So the live chat room, this back part here that's purple, is nothing to do with the comments that go in there. They're two totally separate things that have different buttons. So I click them both independently and make sure that they happen at the same time, and I'm just going to move that across because now it's in line. And this is where the OCD comes in, because I want to move it just a little bit higher so that I get a little bit of purple underneath and a little bit of purple above. And I move it across a little bit, and that's too far, so we go back. And there you have it. So it means that, so now when I'm getting the super chat window up on screen, exactly the same thing applies. So it's totally separate things. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about, and maybe you noticed the live chat room just crawling across the screen. That was me moving it. And you might have noticed previously the chat, or at least the likes, this little part here that I put the little square around, that disappeared because I clicked on the wrong button. But anyway, enough of what I'm doing with my mouse. And hey, that was good because I was talking about cats and now we're talking about mice, or mouse as a singular for what I'm moving around on the screen. Anyway, let's get back into the super chat window because I think we've had a little bit of action in there as well. Thank you for this. Karen has donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, after having a very rough day, another dentist drill visit. I appreciate your music, your positivity, and most especially you. Thanks, Karen. So thank you for that, the kind words, but also I hope that your teeth aren't hurting too much. It sounds like something that isn't particularly enjoyable, going for a dentist drill. And I think this is something that probably made me brush my teeth quite a lot when I was a kid, is thinking of drilling into your teeth. I wanted to make sure that my teeth were always clean so that I minimize the chance of anyone going in my mouth with a drill. and it's something that I've probably kept into adult life as well, just making sure to keep my teeth clean and avoid having to have anything done in there, which fortunately, touch wood, and we are in lockdown at the moment, we have been for ages, so I haven't been to the dentist for maybe a year and a half, something like that. But fortunately, fingers crossed, everything's still okay. I'm still brushing my teeth as I normally do, and I do drink a lot of water. As you can see, I've always got a bottle of water around me somewhere, so I'm always drinking, and my teeth are probably getting cleaned quite regularly by doing that. And that's certainly something that a dentist told me. They said if you ever eat anything sugary, then make sure you just wash out your mouth with water, or just wash it around and then swallow it so that it gets the sugar off your teeth. Anyway, that's enough of my teeth cleaning advice, but it's something that seems to have worked for me, and fortunately, fingers crossed, I haven't had to have anything in my mouth when it comes to a drill, and yeah, that's just something that I'm trying to avoid in the future as well. But thank you, Karen, and Jill has donated $10. Thank you for that, Jill. The message is, Phil, heads up. The grey zipper hoodie is only in sizes small and 2 extra large. I will keep watching for a large. Thanks for all the new merchandise. So thank you for that, Jill. And the merchandise that I've just done this week is literally hot off the press, so I wouldn't be surprised if the other sizes haven't been added yet. It'll probably take a few days, and that's certainly going to be the case with the hats, is that they're not actually on the store yet. So we're going to have to wait for all of the sizes to be updated. There might be sizes that are your size. If you do go over there, you can check out the ones that are available, but unfortunately I don't think at the moment all of the sizes are going to be in stock. You just have to wait a little bit because it is literally hot off the press. I don't think that I've done any merchandise, or at least announced any merchandise so early on, as soon as it's gone live, literally the same day. So we might have to wait a little bit for that. But thank you, Jill, for that donation. And it looks like we have reached 375 likes, so that means we are 5 past the 370 target, which we were aiming for tonight, and more importantly than that, it means that the Pick Roulette likes target has been hit for tonight. So we're going to be having another Pick Roulette next week. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. It's much appreciated. If you still want to hit that thumbs up in the catch-up crew, if you're watching this in the future, you can still do that. It all helps. Every single like helps. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up and getting us past the crazy total of 375, and I can see it still goes up. Just went up to 377. So thank you guys for that. Now there is a rush on. It's 22 minutes past 1, so we're going to have to call it to a close. If you haven't yet typed I agree and tagged Carla in there, so type at Carla Murray I agree. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to type this in the live chat room myself and type at Carla Murray, and this is when I make a spelling mistake, and then type I agree. And if I try and get into the emoticons and do a thumbs up, it takes ages to load because my computer's got so much going on. So if you want to put a thumbs up after that, you can, but I'm going to press send, and it should appear in the live chat room at some point. It's got a little while to go up from the bottom of the screen all the way through, but if you guys type I agree, tag Carla Murray in there, and only do it once, that means that Carla can get your name and stick it on the wheel. And here we go. There's my comment going through the screen there. That's what you want it to look like, and it's gone because everyone's typing, but that's how you want to do it. And hopefully you guys saw that. It went through very quickly, but you should see it on your screens. So it will work that way as well. You might actually have seen it before it showed up on screen because it takes a little bit of time, or maybe you'll see it afterwards. I don't know how it works, but that's what you want it to look like. So do that, and I can see that Joe, Adams, and Pam have typed I agree as well. Make sure everybody just do it once. Bill is in there as well, who's about to go through, and when I announce these names, it means that they are about to go through. You might see them coming up in the live chat room because it always takes a little bit of time for the names to filter through. So look out for those I agrees, And Rock Girl has just typed it as well, so thank you for that. It is still going through, and Lauren and Tina, and I'm just going to try and drag it out to include the people who have typed I agree, because a lot of people haven't yet typed it. So we are, I said when I finish at 1:30 it leaves me up against the wall and really struggling to get messages done, but it might be the case that we do that tonight. I'm just going to have to work my way through it later on. But thank you as well, by the way, Marge, who has donated $2 in the super chat window, so thank you for that. And I am going to probably call it to a close. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else types I agree, because if I don't see any more, then I'm going to be calling it to a close. And I can see that Amanda's just typed I agree, so I'm going to wait for a little bit longer. And Carla's just saying, if you post more than once, you will not go on the wheel. So thank you for that, Carla. And I said once and not on feu, which is how it is typed. So thank you for that, Carla. And it seems like pretty much Amanda's going to be the last one that goes through as the I agree. So thank you everyone for typing I agree, for getting your names on that, well, on the wheel, the live chat wheel, but also for the super chats that you have donated tonight is much appreciated. We are going to be calling it to a close now. So all of the people who have typed I agree just once will be included on that pick roulette wheel for next week. So thank you guys for getting involved, and also congratulations to Vince as well. Quick shout out to that Zoom party that Vince is hosting over. You're going to be able to access it over on the Wings to Pegasus supporters page on Facebook, so head over there if you want to straight after this, and Vince will be organising all that. So thank you, Vince, for doing that and for entering the pick roulette and uploading all the pictures. That goes for all of you guys who have uploaded pictures. We're calling it to a close now, so thank you for joining me on this live stream. There's going to be another analysis video tomorrow night, just a standard one, and we're going to be live streaming again on Tuesday night. 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time is when all the live stuff happens on Monday, Tuesday and Saturday. And Tuesday night's live stream is going to be same time. I don't think we have a pick roulette for Tuesday night, but we'll just be going through everything as we normally do then. It's always a full show and it always goes really quickly no matter what the day is. And on Wednesday we have the live analysis as well, so make sure that you check that out if you are free on Wednesday night. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys at the analysis video in the comment section tomorrow night, and if I don't see you there, I'll see you live hopefully on Tuesday night. And a big hello as well to any new members of the live chat room for tonight. Thank you for joining me and introducing yourselves, and we are getting a few more people getting involved on the live streams, so thank you guys just for joining me. It is much appreciated, and it's great to see you guys up on screen as well with those pictures that you do upload, so thank you for that as well. Let's call things to a close. Have a great day or morning, evening, whatever it is where you are. Stay as safe as possible and follow your government's guidelines. Hopefully things will return to relative normality soon, and I'll see you in the comment section tomorrow night or live on Tuesday night. Hopefully I will see you guys if you can make it then as well. So have a great evening and rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!